I can tell you're no stranger to the wild.
Let
I
me guess.
I
What
trust in
dangerous
modern
knowledge
swordman
was
myself. Best keep that in mind.
Guard might get nervous. A woman approaches with a weapon drawn.
No?
Haha, it is the champion of Namira. I was just about to leave. Here. This should be a good fight.
Look out! Don't get too close.
Yes.
The finest jewelry in all of Markar.
Hey now, you be careful with that fire. I should bash your face in after all you've done. Blood and silver, friend. Blood and silver.
Tidings. You have questions?
Just turn around and leave the city. That's the smart move.
Guard might get nervous. Woman approaches with a weapon.
Landstrider, a moment of your time. I was hoping someone could speak to Fortune on my behalf. I'm a cobbler, you see, and I know Fortune has an open spot in his Tradehouse. Unfortunately, he refuses to give me a chance. Something about bad luck. Convince him of my worth, and I'll make you a fine pair of boots. A master merchant. He runs the Tradehouse here. Anyone who goes into business with Fortune is guaranteed success. I'm a fine craftsman, plagued by poor sales skills. Access to the Tradehouse would give me some much-needed exposure. I used to live in Windhelm, worked on the docks with the other Argonians. Our boots would be falling apart by the end of the month, so I started repairing them myself. Then the shoes of my fellow dock workers. Word got around to the Nords, and suddenly I was widening their hunting boots instead of unloading their ships. This work was easier on my body, so I stuck with it. He is stubborn, but I'm sure you'll fare better than I did.
What business do college mages have in a place like Sarthal anyway? It's a place for Nord dead, not your weird experiments.
Need something?
I don't know what they've told you, but I did not start that fire. fire. Fire is death and rebirth. It provides us with comfort when we ask, and others mayhem without warning. Fire is hungry, passionate, alive. This is why I am an acolyte of the flames. I provide tools to create fire and training to harness its primal power. I can teach you to transform a spark into a fearsome conflagration. A priest of Kinnereth once accused me of being an arsonist, but who is really to blame? I say the fault lies with the goddess of wind and rain.
Don't hold me responsible for any wildfires.
Here to buy or to browse? Books. Rare ones, to be precise. My collection ranges from ancient tomes to poorly written smut from half-wit playwrights. I'll also pay you fairly if you happen to come across any valuable texts, so keep me in mind during your adventures. Bits and pieces from all across Tamriel, occasionally from other booksellers, but I prefer getting my hands dirty. There's no better feeling than dusting off a book that hasn't been touched in centuries. Everyone does. I'm partial to a game at dinner. Who doesn't love a good spy story? How about yourself? Well, that's hardly a fair answer. Why don't you take a look at my stock? Buy yourself a new favorite. Careful not to tear any pages.
Thirsty? My own brew of cider made with apples from Somerset Isle. You must try some. I brew it in the Aldmeri tradition. It's a potent combination of magic and science. Skyrim's glaciers have remarkable water chemistry, but it's my golden apples that perfect the brew. They're plucked from Somerset trees. Not too sweet, appropriately tart, and imbued ancient magic. No need to focus on anything else once you've achieved perfection. Besides, Nords do mead the best, and the Dunmer have their fiery liquors. As far as wine, any bottle worth a damn comes from Cyrodiil. Never settle for being the second best. I am. Spent many years in Sunhold. Certainly never dreamed I'd end up in Skyrim. Markarth's history always interested me, but in person? It's hard to see anything other than a blood-stained crater. Certainly. Buy as much as you'd like.
Make it quick. Make it quick.
Try the stew. Food fit for a jarl, the heartiest in Markarth. Aye, but not by choice. My wife died fighting for the Stormcloaks. I don't blame her for taking arms. Still miss her though. A better cook than I'll ever be. People expected me to, but it wasn't my fight in the way it was hers. As much as I wanted Breya to stay, it wasn't my place to stop her from going. Hunt some of it myself. The rest comes from more experienced hunters. I shopped at Hogny's stall for a while. He's right about the bloody beef. Too fresh for my tastes. Hope you're hungry.
Hmm?
Always happy to see a fresh face in here. Name's Fortune. What can I do for you? This is Fortune's Tradehouse, my friend, curated by yours truly. I trade gemstones, but it's my vendors who make this place special. Morilla is the Ultima. She sells her own cider, brewed in the tradition of the Somerset Isles. We also have Celine. She deals in rare books. It's a trade more popular in other provinces of the Empire, one that I've missed in Skyrim. Nords tend to prefer the spoken word. Speaking of Nords, I'm sure you smelled Kjorn's cooking when you walked in. You won't find a better cook in Markarth. And I'm sure you saw Uthor on your way in. He may be on fire, but I assure you he can take the heat. Prefers it that way. We used to have another vendor named Dalmin. He specialized in Dwemer artifacts. Unfortunately, he's been missing for some time now. I met Dalmin when he was part of Calcelmo's research team. They were both obsessed with the Dwemer, and Markarth was the perfect place to entertain their studies. The two eventually had their falling out. Calcelmo was obsessive about Dwemer artifacts. He hoarded them. He still does down in Understone Keep. Dalmin, on the other hand, wanted to share the Dwemer's history. Well, he wanted to sell it. So did I. Disappeared overnight, and no one knows why. Maybe he's found the Dwemer. Trail's colder than the Sea of Ghosts. I'm afraid it would be wasteful to continue searching without further developments. I've already auctioned off the remainder of Dalmin's wares, but it has been difficult to find the right person to take his spot in the Tradehouse. But I should be getting back to work. Please take a look around the Tradehouse. I'm sure you'll find something that suits you. Hopefully something you didn't even know you needed. Take a look. About the open spot, no doubt. Unfortunately, there's nothing that can be done. I have a strict selection process, and your friend failed my final requirement. It's not complicated. I seek talented, diverse merchants, then afford them opportunities. Of course, the people I'm spending all my time with must be somewhat likable. But most importantly, they have to be lucky. Luck affects everything we do, to a greater degree than most of us are willing to admit. It's enigmatic, but testable. Take a septim, for example. You have the Emperor on one side, mirrored by Akatosh on the reverse. There are only two outcomes, lucky or unlucky. I gave Utkin his chance. I do, but he hasn't had as much experience with chance as I have. That said, it is most peculiar that this cobbler has someone fighting for him. A stroke of luck, perhaps. I'll make you a deal. If you can gain the favour of everyone in the Tradehouse, help them in some way, I will give Utkin the open spot. You'll go far here with that attitude. Good luck.
What? Have you ever loved someone so much that you push them away? Believe me, it stings more than any burn. My woman, Elle, was a firebrand, you see. Lit a flame in my heart the moment I saw her. But now I can't even look her in the eye. Could you talk to her for me? Tell her I'm sorry. See if she'll take me back. We had a fight. Elle said she wants to leave me for good. She can't possibly mean that. Go to the Lover's Stone just east of here. It's where Elle and I first met.
Yes?
Yes? You could investigate a rumor for me. A Dunmer in Windhelm is peddling what she claims is unreleased work from Crassius Curio. I'd have you meet the seller at the New Nice's Corner Club. Test the veracity of her story. How did she acquire the text? Why does she believe it to be genuine? Buy the book if you think she's telling the truth, and you'll be reimbursed upon your return. Afraid I can't leave my shop unattended to chase rumors. Not the way I used to, at least. Would you please go for me? I'll even throw in my old sword. Assuming that everything pans out. Here, hire yourself a carriage. Windhelm is a long walk.
Yes? That depends. Tell me, are you a friend of the Thalmor? Neither am I. The Thalmor are a disease. An agent of theirs confiscated my apple shipment. That was after I refused to pay them more taxes. His name is Enuril. I'd be grateful if you could track him down and return what's mine. I have a contact in the Somerset Shadows who helps me export them. We hide the shipment on Thalmor ships, then lift the goods from right under their noses once they've docked. Enuril claimed that the apples would be returned to Dominion territory, which sounds to me like passage out of solitude. I'd check the docks, And there is something else, if you're up for it. This agent attacked my livelihood. He is likely to do so again. I've brewed up a poison to solve this problem. Do with it what you will.
Need something?
Try the stew. You smell that? Oh, Talos bless you. Fortune's finally hired an exterminator. Skeevers in the basement. Thought I could deal with them myself, but they've overrun the place. Now that the professional is here, I'll stay out of your way. There were only a few at first. Didn't think much of it until one of them turned up in my stew. Surprisingly delicious. I fed the skeevers to keep them around, but more started showing up. Damned vermin turned on me. Here's the key to the basement. Be careful down there.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Watch the magic!
Maybe just one more drink. Hello there. You smell that? Shame for my stew. There was something special about that skeever meat. but things wear out of hand down there. These should cover for your fee. And here, some food for the road.
Take care with those flames.
Not one step closer, mortal. I am not in the mood. That poor delusional lout. I don't know what he did to convince you to come here, but you should know that you're wasting your time. Sorry? He's sorry? I ought to blast that entire city. I'm sure Ilfo neglected to mention how he ripped me from oblivion. It was a powerful summoning spell. Bound me to this lover's stone, but I have no feelings for Ilfo, and I'm unable to retaliate against him. I've bidden my time by attacking travelers visiting the stone. None of them have been powerful enough to banish me. But perhaps you are. Please, release me from this place.
Attack an old man inquisitor.
I do hope my ship arrives soon. It's painful mingling with the riffraff.
I need to ask you to stop. Good. Glad we straightened that out.
I do hope my arrive soon. It's painful mingling with the riffraff.
By the order of the Yard, stop right there. You can make all your problems with the guards go away, but it's done.
Come on in. We've got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
We drink to our youth.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Let's see what you have for me today. Something simple to turn around for a profit, I trust.
You look cultured enough. What if I told you I was in possession of unreleased work from Crassius Curio? You understand a one-of-a-kind opportunity when it's in front of you. You're here to buy. Found it in a shipwreck just off the Bitter Coast. An old Lalu ship. The pages were scattered about the captain's cabin. Had to get everything rebound when I got back to Blacklight. There weren't any serious buyers in Morrowind, so I figured I'd try my luck in Skyrim. I'd wager it's an early draft. Could have been a private commission. Regardless, I'm sure Curio would be happy to know his work will finally be seen. For unreleased work from Tamriel's most famous playwright. It's priceless. Can't eat you off priceless, though. So we'll call it yours for 1,000 gold. You're lost, then? You understand a one-of-a-kind opportunity for unreleased... Can't eat off priceless, though. About time someone came to their senses.
Speak quickly.
You have questions?
Dearie, I do believe you have something of mine. I'm afraid Forbidden Tales needs to be destroyed. Have you not read it? Forbidden Tales is clearly a first draft, a precursor to the lusty Argonian Maid. It's not suitable for public consumption. Oh, you're sweet pudding, but a poor judge. Now back to the matter at hand. I know you aim to hand Forbidden Tales over to that collector. Don't do that, dumpling. Burn the book instead. Tell the Redguard woman that was a cheap imitation. Fools, the lot of you. What gives you the right to exploit my work?
Vampires, 2 arms!
Gods, another fight.
Oh dear. That still hurts, you know. Ouch.
I'm staying out of this.
Hey, that's what you're doing.
Yes?
What? You took my lover away from me. How could you? I was blinded by my own desires. You must think so poorly of me. I have to find someone who truly loves me. Perhaps Celine. Have you seen the way she looks at me?
Speak up, will you? Interesting. Wonderful. Is the book genuine? Did you buy it? Please, take this as a commission. You've certainly earned it.
Well, the Thalmor haven't bothered me since. And my gratitude as well. About the other matter? I never wanted to hurt anyone, but the Thalmor forced my hand. Please, take this for your trouble. I'm grateful fortune sent you my way.
I'd be a lot warmer and a lot happier with a belly full of mead.
Celine vouched for you. Something about a keen eye for discerning fact from fiction. But you've yet to help me, and something important has come up about Dalmin. He's dead, according to a farmer, sent sky high trying to steal from a giant. A Dwemer artifact of some sort. I'd like you to find Dalmin's body for me. Collect his remains and bring them back, so I can give him a proper Dunmer burial. And if you happen to find the artifact he died chasing after, well, I'd like that as well. You have my word. In here, that's better than law. No killing necessary. Dalmin would never want blood shed in his name. Recover the artifact, if you want to honor him. Our stunned witness claims Dalmin's body flew north. He's staying at the Silverblood Inn. Name's Trick. I'd start there.
Need anything blown up? Or anyone?